Hey kids, what up? Saturday morning, coming to the Jazz Vinyl Lover. I'd like to show you some really bizarre 10-inch records from the 1950s. In 1948, 10-inch and 12-inch vinyl took over from 78 shellac, which was very fragile and broke, even though some shellac could sound really good. The LP became a superior format, plus was more resilient until Dynagroove came along. You used to see people, they take one end of the record and touch both ends together. But since it was the 50s and jazz was burgeoning then after the birth of bebop, a lot of jazz came out on 10-inch. Here's one, Jim Chapin, ensemble featuring Phil Woods. I'm sorry the camera is reversed. I'm in a strange environment today. Anyway, Jim Chapin, a drummer, was very well known for a book he wrote. I forgot the name of the book, but every drummer has gone through it, every jazz drummer, about independence. I know when I used to go to modern drummer festivals, you see Jim Chapin backstage working out on a pad, you know, his head all red. His son Harry Chapin wrote a big hit back in the 70s, which you might recall. Another great 10-inch on Prestige, Art Farmer and Gigi Grace. You don't see this every day. The great thing about 10-inch records also is when you find them now, if they're not beat to death, they're not too crazy expensive because people don't really want them. I don't know of a lot of 10-inch collectors. Here's Dizzy Gillespie with Stan Getz out of focus, Dizzy in focus, on Norgran, which I believe was later bought by Verve. Norgran and Clef both come out on Verve, essentially, these days. The great Wardell Gray, tenor saxophonist, Los Angeles All-Stars. Wardell Gray, Art Farmer, Hamp Hawes, Harper Cosby, Lawrence Marabelle, and Robert Collier. A very strange-looking blue label Prestige, which I've never seen before. The great Billie Holiday, with Billy spelled wrong, on the David Stone Martin cover. On Clef Records, supervised by Norman Granz. This was later replicated on a 12-inch record, both the music and the jacket, as was the case with many 10-inch records. Later came out on 12-inch records. I believe the 12-inch and the 10-inch came out at the same time, but obviously you get more music on a 12-inch, that took over and became more popular. On a red Columbia label. Another Billie Holiday on Decca Records, with a really sort of ominous looking, really old school Decca label. Can you see that? It's kind of black and green. It kind of looks like Bakelite. Remember Bakelite? Before my time. They used to make radios out of it. Charlie Parker on Clef, another David Stone Martin cover. I don't know if you can see it here, but the Clef records have been glued on. Just think, hundreds of, you know, some woman in a factory put on hundreds of these little Clef stickers. Beautiful. Another really unusual one I've never seen before, Art Pepper and Discovery. Long playing hi-fi, I believe it. This looks like David Stone Martin, but it's actually Milt Sachs? I can't read it. Red Discovery label. I have a few Cal Jader 10-inches, which can really sound fantastic. His records just kick ass, and they're he's playing vibes, surrounded by great percussion groups. Here's an early Savoy, which I assume has the Rudy Van Gelder stamp on it. I haven't looked. Beautiful. And finally, a Blue Note 10-inch. Sorry, this is backwards. The best from the West, modern sounds from California. It's the fabulous Blue Note label. So I hope you have a great day.